Go.
Go, 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 go.
Chess.
Dun dun dun. What?
Chess.
Jazz. Jazz.
Or Jassy.
Berg Darrett.
No Burger Bank.
Burger Bank. Bug Dug Bank. Berg Garrett. Bonk. Barg Dart. There's a little bit of a weird gray line kind of thing on the typing screen. I'll send you a screenshot. Basically, what it should be is how there's like a gray, like a lighter gray box inside of like a darker gray kind of color. All we want to do is move the whole thing down, so the space between the top of the keyboard box and the bottom of the lighter gray box is the same distance as it is between the orange banner and the lighter gray box at the top. Oh wow. Is it gripping?
Okay, so I'm actually just going to continue the stream here. I didn't continue it at home, so just give a review. Let's resume it. The first thing I want to do is on the create overlay. example, so for the serving name example in that sort of grayed out text, it says E.G.1 bar. Let's just make that say one piece instead. And then also I want to work on persisting saved foods at this point. So user need to essentially fill in all of the required information before being able to click the save button. And the save button should be in the top right of the banner. It should be there when you open the page, however, you cannot click on it until all the required information is entered, and then trying to click on it without all the information being entered would display a pop-up with our app theme, not the iOS pop-up, but other sections of the app that will say something like this, so like all the required information, and the button below would just say OK. And then if all information was entered and they click the save, persistent information saved in the soup base, and then that food would be displayed in the custom foods, the subheader tab as well. It's July 4th, by the way.
Oh, happy July 4th.
Keyboard.
Hmm.
A keyboard.
Key bomb.
Keybomball.com.
Mm-hmm. AFK warning.
Should we go on?
Yeah, let's go walk.
Should we walk?
Yeah, that's what we'll do.
Yeah, keep sending me.
Very hungry. That's good.
What?
Should I do like that? It's good.
Oh, very hot.
Hmm. There we go.
Okay, for the create food overlay, the grayed out text in the serving name box, I want to put how it was before in the formatting. It was before, so it's E dot G dot, and then it should say one piece, but it should be the number one, O-N.
Sure you don't want to just sit inside here all day and just code?
It's cold.
You want to go sit outside? That's fun. You're going there, she's coming here. Dude, I woke up today to like, there's gotta be 50 comments on this post. Like, people just arguing with each other. Shit.
Is that funny?
Like, literally, they're just raging at each other. So funny.
Sure. That's one.
What? Screaming at it?
No,
What?
I swear they're like just so retarded.
Mm.
So, like he gets up at like
Early.
but he just like hangs out on the couch or something, whatever. He's down there.
Yeah.
So every morning I come down at like 7:15,
Mm-hmm.
getting ready, nothing. And today I go down at like 8.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you're up early. What are you doing?
Yeah, 8 early. Up at this
Why
time
are you
every
up so
day.
early? What are you talking about? It's fucking 8.
How's it going, Millsy? Did I show you this before?
What?
I sent him our Instagram.
Oh, are we done? Okay.
Ooh, that looks bad. Okay, that shade of orange looks really bad with this new gray background bubble. Let's try to figure out a different way to do this. It either needs to be a more like, it needs to be less vibrant. I think it needs to be more of like a dull kind of orange, more rustic. Let's try that. It's coming. It's very well, actually. The voice control works like very good now. It's pretty damn good. Yeah, I can kind of, hold on. But like, there's more stuff that has changed on the computer. I don't know if it works the same way. I haven't even checked. Can I type on this? Yeah, I can. But yeah, it's very good now. It's like you can schedule your whole day like in one shot kind of thing.
Okay, one quick thing I want to change on the food database overlay is when you open it, you see favorite foods and custom foods available, which is good. And then once you click on the search bar, you can type the moment you type.
Thank you. It looks bad actually on the computer. It doesn't. It looks very different on. Here, let me see if I can show you.
And then above that says type characters.
It's not meant to be on the computer.
At this point,
I just don't have my screen share thing on.
foods tab should not be visible. The only thing that should be visible is just type out these two characters. And then the moment we type at least two characters and the food begin to load in, then the common foods and brand new foods tabs would appear. And similarly, if they're like backspacing, they only have one letter typed at this point. No tabs would be visible. All it would say was type at least two characters, and then if they backspace everything, it would revert back to the favorite foods and custom foods.
I want you to implement a change before I do this testing where the agent message for open dialogues is a lot more specific with which block the dialogue is referring to. Like, for example, if I schedule a gym at 7 a.m. and I have a gym stub, the dialogue should not say how long is gym. It should say how long is the gym block at 7 a.m. So it's very clear. And then it should be the same idea for other types of dialogues. Like if there is like a block placed without a label, it should say like what do you want me to label the block from like 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. You know what I mean? Like, so it should be a lot more specific responses from the dialogue, because when I got a few people to test it, they said they were a little bit confused about what it was asking for. This color. Okay, what color do we make this? This looks like shit. Now that this is orange, or sorry, gray.
What?
This, like, it's too, well, you can't see it. This is the open dialogue. Like, it needs to be some sort of color. So it's like a clear, like,
What color? This,
the orange here.
oh, the orange.
Yeah.
Why is it weird?
It's just so dull. Like, you can
It should
barely
be
read
that
it.
orange.
It was, but then it looks terrible. It looks like really cheap. Like, it looks terrible.
Just like,
Black, maybe?
maybe like some version of white and then like bold or something.
I don't know. Or what if it's animated? Like,
Or
it's
blue. Oh, blue.
but then it's like, looks like.
Oh, I'll try it. No, don't filter fucking. Don't do all this animation.
You what? You don't want it to look vibe coded? Swag, man. Swag animations. let's change the color to something else. I'm honestly not sure what to try. I'm gonna let you kind of come up with it, but the orange does not seem to be doing so well. If it's very vibrant, it looks like a cheap kind of design, and if it's more dull, you just can't see it. So I'll let you think about it and see what you come up with. Exactly. What did it do? Warm parchment. I can't even tell. I think I should just make it. I don't know. Let me go look at iMessage. So on iMessage, the way it works now is there's actually like a very thin gray outline around the chat bubble, and then it's like a darker kind of gray behind it, but it's like just barely translucent, like just barely translucent. And then also the shape of the bubble, anytime it's more than one line thick, actually not more than one line, it's anytime it's the last message of a group of messages. So like say the user sends 3 messages, the third message always has a little like tail sticking out on the bottom right. And then same thing for user message. So say there's like 2 user message or agent message, the last one will have a little tail sticking out to the bottom left. So I'm going to send a screenshot of what I mean about the tail, and the kind of coloring and outlining. And then I think if we put the text back to orange and we make this type of change so the colors are more similar, it will look actually pretty good.
Okay, that is better. However, now
That's exactly what you do.
the create food and create meal overlays broke. Formatting of them changed drastically.
That's exactly what you do.
Okay, now they're seem to be working.
Hold on, I want to show you what it looks like on the phone because it looks so good, but it's been giving me trouble. Like I can't screen share. It's so annoying. Let me see if I can find another one. Hold on. Yeah, sounds like you got it under control. Who am I? Am I hearing you over there?
Yeah.
Hello. You alive? Barely. You need anything? Alexa, play Wake Up Good Morning.
Wake Up Good Morning by the music from Spotify.
Alexa, turn the volume to 10.
Wake up, good morning. Another day is here.
You ever wake up and just blast kids' music?
Wake up, good morning.
It's really good. Best way to start your day.
Another day is here. Stretch your arms up in the air. Rub your eyes and roll your head. Start this brand new day with a
Alexa, stop. Nah.
wake up.
Tell it to stop. Thank you. Best song there is. Wake up. Good morning. Yeah, I have switched. I don't use the cursor thing really anymore. I just use. I got a Claude plan, and then he's actually using Codex right now. But Cursor's billing is actually insane. Like, you get so much less usage. Like, so much less. How do I open another one of these? I want you to do some work on the UI for chat messages, bubbles specifically. Basically, the look we're going for is iMessage. What we have right now is like a dysfunctional tail sticking off of the message. Like, there's supposed to be, like, every time there's like a group of messages from either the user or the agent, the very last message gets a little tail on it right now. As of right now, it's disconnected. It's like a little separated triangle looking thing, but it should just be like a nice connected thing. And then also for the agent message, it's supposed to have a lighter gray icon, or sorry, a lighter gray outline, like it's almost white but not quite. It's just like a very light gray. And then the background behind the text, like inside the bubble, inside the outline, is not supposed to be as dark as it is right now. It needs to be a shade of gray that's like just a little bit lighter. I'll attach some pictures for reference. Yeah, and also the auto mode on Cursor is like very hit or miss. Because I don't know how they actually select what model gets used, but Composer or whatever is like really not good.
Okay, quick update or change on the create food page. I've noticed as I go click the text box, or any text box that's closer to the bottom of the screen, like the carbs or the fats text box, the keyboard is sliding up pretty much over top of them. It's not bumping the page up like every other page does. So when the keyboard's open, I need to reiterate the rule on this overlay where it kind of bumps the page up a little more to the middle so that the keyboard isn't covering the text box. God.
On the text screen, remember when you press send, it shouldn't actually show the user message right away. the user message gets showed after the API call happens, which comes from server transfer. So that all happens automatically from the persisted data. So when they press send, basically you just don't do anything with the message other than like what's already routed to go to the API call as it already is. And then based on how those inputs get split into spans and everything and how they get processed, then the user messages will be displayed after. But when you press the send arrow, you should not see the message right away. It should just say like on it in the message box, and then once it's done processing the API call, that's when both the user and agent messages come through.
Okay, so the search query and functionality is working slightly better, but still some things I'm noticing. In terms of, I guess, the ranking of foods. Like, for example, if I
Let's do lunch at noon.
APP for apples. First result is apples raw with skin, which is good, but then it's like the next few results are Applebee's chili, Applebee's coleslaw, Applebee's French fries. These should have lower weighting than actual, apples. Similarly, if I go and type chicken, first option is like chicken wing, and then the next is like chicken drumstick, and then a chicken thigh, and then it goes to like chicken nucleus, chicken leg, chicken back, chicken neck. I don't even see chicken breast and stuff up here, which are, the more common forms of chicken. So basically, what I want you to do is
Chicken.
across all food groups, so grains, carbs, poultry, meats, all this stuff. Basically, identify 5, 6, or 7 most common foods of each of these food groups, and then kind of identify the 10 most common foods of each particular food. And
Easy.
that is kind of what we're trying to optimize the search for here. So, a good example would be
He's working through the
chicken,
USDA food base, and
First
it's
off,
so retarded
that should be visible at the top.
for our calorie tracker thing.
Would be, the most common variations of chicken. So chicken breast, chicken wine, chicken thigh, chicken wing and stuff. So right now it's
Chicken wing.
bees.
Chickpeas.
So that should have a lower rating. Similarly, if I go search like steak, the first options are like Denny's top sirloin steak, sauce steak, Cracker Barrel, and stuff like that. But it should kind of relate to like, I guess, cuts of meat, so like ribeyes, sirloin, stuff like that. Just more common forms of steak, rather than like restaurant steaks and stuff like that. So yeah, let's identify the top foods in each kind of category, and then kind of identify the top 10 most common foods for each of those foods, and then try and further optimize the search for those.
Let's add functionality to the plus button on the schedule page, the one that's on the top right of the screen next to the zoom in and out buttons on the same height of where like the date is and everything. So basically what this button is supposed to do is let you place blocks on that day by typing essentially. So what we need to have happen is there should be a pop-up overlay on the screen, which basically lets you put the label of the block, the start time, and the end time. I'll let you come up with how that should look, and you can just kind of figure that out. Make sure you use purple gradients for a modern, sleek look. Chicken wing macaroni. That was a banger.
Okay, it's still not working that great. Like if I go open the Create Food Overlay and go to type something in the carbs box, which is at the bottom of the screen, it basically only pushes it up, a few pixels, and then the text box is like directly on top of the keyboard. It's not kind of pushed up towards the middle of the screen like it does on, the exercise page and all that stuff. I think we need to add a little bit more space to the bottom of the page so it can scrollability can scroll up further. That way you can push it up a little higher towards the middle of the screen, just so it's not directly on top of the keyboard.
What time are you here until? Like 11? Or what? Okay.
I'm at my limit.
Hit my limit. Gotta crank it quick. Chicken wing macaroni. Dude, it's been an hour since you got here. How's that even possible?
No.
Like 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Charted. You know what I was thinking about? Like, how do you handle offline use?
Don't.
You just don't.
Doesn't work.
Just doesn't work. You just don't, eh?
I mean, there's things you can do. It's like you can cache stuff, and then when you connect it, it uploads it or whatever, syncs it.
Yeah, but I don't think that would work well with this design. It'd be way too complicated. I don't know, maybe it's easy to do. Like, probably anything by voice is not a good idea.
Yeah, but I feel like you could, like, well, right now, like, say you schedule a bunch of shit,
Mm-hmm.
and you've got it all there,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's no internet. disappear?
No, it'll still show it. I believe. Actually, don't know.
That should all be like cached or something.
Yeah,
At
actually,
least like the week.
yeah, actually, don't know.
A week before and a week ahead. Week ahead should be like cached or something.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works.
Just try it. Fucking put your phone on airplane mode or something.
I'm almost 100% sure you won't see anything. That part I'm confident in, but how to make it work, I'm not sure.
Whoa. Good.
That's a decent start, but it's not great. Basically, the little tail thing is slightly disconnected from the corner, like it happens just inside of the corner, and it's also too long and skinny, and it's pointing down instead of more like left or right for the agent message and the user message, respectively. So let's try to fix that. Make it look a little bit more like iMessage. It's more. Actually, sorry, it's not that it's right at the corner. It's that it's around. It meets at a rounded edge. Like on the bottom side of the chat bubble, it's a square edge where it meets, and then on the corner side where it meets, it's a rounded edge. So like the iMessage bubbles are like rounded, not blocky. So like right now we have the innermost side nice and rounded, but on the bottom like left corner of the agent message, for example, it's way too like blocky. It needs to be more rounded and then meet the tail a little bit inset from the very corner, but at a rounded edge rather than a square edge. And then the angle of the little tail needs to be more angled outwards and a little bit thicker and shorter. So thicker where it meets the chat bubble, and then thinner towards the tail, and then, yeah, more angled out. Oh, hold on. Chicken wing macaroni. Okay, one thing I'm noticing, I just tried to create a block without a label basically, and it's always kind of just applying a label. Um, like I said, block out time from 10 to 11 a.m., and it just made the label block out time. So that's not how that's supposed to function. Like, unless there's something explicitly named for what the block of time is, it should just leave it without a label essentially, and then um, the default, like what it should show in the UI when there is no label is it should just say like um, unnamed or something like that, and then it should get the like the stub type of design with like the orange dash lines around it rather than the complete blue look. Let's do a workout at 2 p.m. Okay, not a bad start. So what we need to do is move the pop-up up. It's hiding behind the keyboard a little bit right now. It needs to move up like um, I would say about half the size of the pop-up itself. And then what we want to do is just get rid of where it says new block at the very top and just make that the date. And then when you tap where that date is, like it should say like today, Saturday, July 4 or whatever. If you tap that, it should pull up the calendar and then you can select any day basically. The same way like you can tap it and pull up the calendar just like on the regular schedule view. And then the other thing is there's some overlap between the PM button and the ends time, like the first time button for the hours. So we need to make the like all the buttons a little bit smaller because it's overlapping with ends, and then the ends PM is overhanging. And then yeah, that's it. I think the rest should be good for now. Cloud code. Make sure you push this to GitHub before you go, because I'm gonna probably merge everything today at some point.
Okay, quick thing. Just want you to check when I opened the Create Food Overlay for the first time, the keyboard and something popped up. I don't know why. I didn't click on anything, so just have a review, see if there's something causing that.
Get up.
Anybody jamming?
I'm not jamming. I'm in flow state.
My God.
Huh. I want to start game planning and thinking about how we're going to handle states of being. I'm not sure if that is explicitly in this repository right now locally, because I think I like trimmed everything that we weren't explicitly working on right now, so it was like a nice clean slate. But essentially I designed an entire like ontology and system for capturing human states of non-action, basically, which are states of being. And the purpose of this was to collect any type of relevant context surrounding what somebody does in terms of like app functionality, like their scheduling, like, you know, associating their mood or their energy levels, or, you know, like whatever it was in those states of beings in relation to their user profile or their actions, or, you know, whatever. And the reason for this is because it was supposed to be context that would feed into the coaching layer in order to essentially have a better understanding of the user and help them align their goals with their actions. So for sure, I know that there is mention of states of being and like a pretty detailed structure of it on the main branch currently, because that was like a very old working version from about 2 weeks ago. So if you go take a look inside GitHub on the main branch, under the runtime spec directory inside of the overview directory, request B dash units is where the bulk of this is, but you can probably find even more of this potentially scattered throughout the main branch. I'm not 100% sure. But the state that this was in is not exactly how it needs to work, because quite a bit has changed since then. So, for example, like one type of idea that I wanted to change is there's basically like two different places.
Okay, quick thing I'm noticing on the Create Food page, or sorry, overlay. When you click on one of the boxes to type, so survey name, for example, click the keyboard and then that blue flashing vertical line is there indicating you're creating the type. And then it's there, the type, but the moment I click the space, it disappears. I can still type and then it disappears, but anytime I do a space, it disappears. I don't know why. It's still visible there. still visible on the space. I want you to review the search box, the way it works there. So that blue vertical line is flashing, and then no matter what I type, I do a space, it's still always like search or back up the text box. So that's the way it should work. I think when I'm doing a space, pushing that vertical line, I guess outside of the text box behind something that's invisible. So that might be the issue. I have a question there. Okay, I see it now, but what you've done is you've kind of moved the entire text box to the left side of the box. So before it was kind of aligned on the right with everything else, and now you've shoved everything kind of like aligned on the left side. That's incorrect. I do want everything kind of aligned on the right side. I guess it should just be nudged to the left ever so slightly whilst they're being aligned on the right side.
That's better. Let's make it not quite so, hold on. That's better. Let's just make it not quite so pointed at the tail end of the little nubby sticking out. It shouldn't be so pointed. It should also be like a rounded tail. And then it also shouldn't be so long and pointing quite so horizontally. It should be like slightly more vertical, but not so much. Just like a little bit. Like it should point in the direction of, what would it be? Like 210 degrees roughly, something like that. Right now it's pointing roughly like 260 degrees.
Did you get your protractor out? Okay, I see you realigned everything on the right. However, I'm facing the same issue where the moment I type a space, I no longer see the typing line. It's for sure being cut off by some kind of padding in the text box or something. Because when I type a space, it's not nudging the existing text to the left the same way it does as I continue typing. So if I type a letter, it appears, and if I type another one, it nudges the first letter to the left because it's, we're typing from the right side of the screen. Doing a space does not push the letter to the left or nudge it to the left. So basically I'm able to type one letter and then, I could spam spacebar, adding a whole bunch of spaces, and it's still not moving.
Okay, now let's add the ability to edit blocks that already exist. The same way that pop-up comes up. If I tap on a block, it should pop up the overlay with that block's details, and then I should be able to edit them.
Actual typable character that nudges the word to the left as well.
I got fucking four agents running right now, by the way. What about you? 4 agents running, by the way.
I 5.
5? Why not 10x that at 50?
Could I spawn 5 agents, deep dive agents?
Figure out what to do.
You're the CEO. One's the CMO.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are discussing.
I don't think you need a CMO. Turns out they're useless.
You know what? No, spawn 4 agents instead.
We don't need a CMO. They don't actually.
CEO is both.
They don't actually do anything. I just thought of the perfect video to just piss James off.
What?
Eileen, we need to make a video today. You remember the video I had of like where my back is showing and it's the screen in the background? You're gonna stand behind me and rub my shoulders, okay? And it's gonna be the same view, like you're gonna be rubbing my shoulders while I'm working, and then the caption is gonna be something like one of the parts is gonna be like ABG CMO.
ABG?
CMO, yeah, like there's this meme on the internet where it's like your CMO team should be a bunch of ABGs. Like your entire marketing team is just a bunch of ABGs.
ABGs?
Asian girls. Okay, Asian girls, yeah. So I'm gonna, we'll say that, and then I'm gonna send it to him, and we're gonna piss him off.
Yeah, I literally thought of something.
What?
I saw a video. It's like this. Someone made some fucking app. Like,
Mm-hmm.
can't really remember. Just like. No. It was one of these guys. I work 60 minutes a day,
Mm-hmm.
and I get paid
$1 trillion.
Not like I made $2,000 this day from this video,
Yeah.
and it's just got like automated AI.
Yeah, slop.
agents.
Yeah.
It's not slop, but it's just AI generated videos that post.
Yeah.
And gets paid for views.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's like there's two types of people on Instagram: those who scroll and those who make money. From those
Yeah.
who scroll.
Literally. Yeah.
It's like as bad as it seems.
That's what it
I'm
is.
taking advantage of you guys.
Yep. True.
I just thought of an idea, like an app
Hmm.
that allows you to basically like scroll simultaneously with someone.
What do you mean?
Like we link our phones up.
Oh, and we can
And
see
now
the
we're
same
both
thing.
scrolling
So
the
doom
same
scrolling the
thing.
same thing.
Holy shit.
That would be funny.
And then you're just like in a party chat or something.
That would be funny.
Fucking scroll sync or something.
Yeah. Wake up. Good morning. Another day is here.
Okay, that's actually still not working. It's still doing the same thing where if I type space, something happens, and then if I keep spamming space, nothing's happening, nothing's moving. But the moment I go type another letter now, it reveals all 10 spaces I just typed, so it does a big match. I'll send a little screen recording here so you can see what I mean.
That's good. The only problem is the tails are getting clipped at the bottom of the scroll box because it's stopping the ability to scroll based on the edge of the chat bubble rather than the end of the tail. So let's just make it so you can scroll far enough down so that you see the entirety of the bubble, including the tail.
Okay, now that's what the box is supposed to get. If we're going back to the final layer, oh god.
Hmm.
Okay, let's work towards the I made it through basically with all the information, and then I clicked save. It did a little load, and actually nothing happened here this time. But I want to work on the persistence of this now, so this should be essentially saved not the database, but should be a record of it. Saved. It basically takes back to this database page, this tab, and then that field that you created to be there with all the relevant information and function in the way as any other food was clicked on. So clicking on it would bring up a overlay, title of the food at the top, and then all the same stuff, the amount, the serving size, the meal, and then all the macros and whatnot. And then this should be stored in Supabase as well. I'm not sure the best place to store this. Can you do a review and see what the best way to do this is?
Add a thin white outline to the open dialog text. It's just orange right now. Make it like orange with a very thin white outline so it pops a little bit more. Oh well, that looks terrible. Swap it. Make it so the outline is orange and the inner text is white.
Okay, good.
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 Oh, good.
Okay, I think this fucking library is as good as it's gonna get.
Yep.
Okay, that's pretty good. I think the search query is good enough for now. Now what I want to do is fix the branded foods section. So if I type, chicken, for example, and then click the branded foods tab, it loads saying it's searching, but then it says column nutrition food servings dot calories does not exist. So we need to fix that. And then the idea here is that once you click the branded foods, it's going to scan our Superbase database for any stored branded foods pertaining to those search results, and it should follow the same sort of rules as the common foods where we're searching basically the first word of the food first. Has to be, I guess, kind of like exact matches. Like if I type CH, it's not going to show me food that has a C somewhere in between and then everything elsewhere. It has to be kind of in chronological order. And then scan our Superbase database, pull up any branded foods for that search, and if the results are thin, it would do an API call to the USDA database, pull more results, and utilize the lazy hydrate function, writing those results to our Superbase database, and then displaying them here.
We think about something like this.
Huh?
Something like this.
What?
Like, so it's kind of like highlighted.
No,
No.
that's
Yeah,
weird.
I know.
Just change the color.
It all
Like-
looks bad. Like,
No.
it literally all looks
No.
bad. I'm telling you.
Make it bold, white bold.
Bold instead. Not orange, just white bold. Let's get rid of all that. Let's just make it no outline and it's just all white, but make it bolded so it stands out from like non-dialogue. Like this. Fine.
Yeah.
Because you want to notice it, but you don't want it to look retarded, basically. God, it works so good now.
Okay, when I tried creating food and click save, it loaded save, and then the pop-up came up that said saved locally. Your food was saved on this device, but it cannot sync to the cloud. That should not happen. Basically, it should write it to Supabase. If it cannot do that at the time, it should save it locally on the device. It should always save it locally on the device, and then write to Supabase as well. If it cannot write to Supabase at the time due to no internet or something like that, it should write to Supabase once the user's connection is reestablished, or once they connect to the internet again, it would upload it.
Where are we going first? The mall? Hello?
What?
Where are we going first? The mall or what? Okay. Okay, I just want to do a little bit of work on the when you're in the texting mode instead of the tap to talk mode. So when you tap outside of like the keyboard or where the chat box is, like so where the schedule geometry is, like essentially intending to close it, what it does is the keyboard bounces down and then pops back up. So if I tap outside of it, basically nothing should happen. The keyboard shouldn't go anywhere. The only buttons that should do anything at this level is like obviously typing on the keyboard and stuff, but then if I press the microphone symbol, then it just brings me back to tap to talk, and then obviously also the send button works and all that stuff. So anyways, basically the only thing we need to change is when I tap outside of the overlay region, including the keyboard and the chat banner and everything, it shouldn't let the keyboard slide down and then pop back up. It should just essentially do nothing. I want to do something from like 6 to 7 p.m. Okay, it's working perfectly now. What I want to add is basically, so when you have a stub, you shouldn't always have to respond by voice. So I want to hook up the same functionality where you can tap a stub and then it'll bring up the overlay where you can manually edit via typing, like to enter the name or the start time, end time, all that. And then also let's add the little blue slider things where you can adjust the start and end time of the stub as well, like the same way you can for like a fully scheduled block. Like you can slide the start and end time up and down with that little blue indicator kind of thingy at the top and bottom of the block. And the way it should work basically is if you slide that and you adjust the start time, it still wouldn't be a complete block. You would still need them to actually do the end time or supply like a duration or whatever, like none of that changes. And then also we need to have the ability to move it. So I should be able to tap. Oh no, I can already move the stub actually, so that's fine. Yeah, so we need to add the ability to adjust the start and end time via the sliders, and then the ability to tap it, get the overlay, and then enter things manually as well. And then basically we need to make sure that when that happens, we're correctly closing any relevant dialogues so they don't keep getting asked. Yeah, I believe that's everything I can think of. Just think through what needs to be accounted for while you're implementing this UI type of change, so that we're still handling all of the backend logic correctly. Like we're persisting the right data, dialog states are being handled correctly, user and agent messages, like all that stuff. Okay, what's the plan here? Okay, I'm noticing, so the first time that I press the keyboard button and open up the ability to type, the chat banner and everything, like the box where you type and all that stuff, it's in the exact right spot. But then when I tap the microphone symbol to close it, and then reopen, it's shifting the chat box up a little bit for some reason. Like it's not reopening in the exact same spot that it did the first time. Welcome back, Millsy. We're actually about to end this. He's got to leave, and then I got to go do something too. No, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I'm actually going to shut it off now, because I think we're pretty much... Are you done? You're about to push this, or what?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to shut this off now. I'll be back tomorrow. Toodaloo, motherfuckers.